Today I'm going to show you a 170 make workout in the driveway. You know, it really makes me think about when I was a younger player coming up, and one of the big reasons why I was able to play basketball collegiately, playing basketball overseas, was the amount of time I spent working on my game by myself in the driveway. And here's a good sample workout of some things you can do to continue to get better. First things first, man, we're going 5 rounds of jump rope, 20 to 30 seconds a piece, and then you'll rest for approximately 30 seconds off. So this will take you about 5 minutes, and I'm going half to 3/4 speed during these sets. So that would be close to a 1-to-1 rest to work ratio. If you go for 30, then you rest for 30, 5 rounds, changing up the footwork, just kind of listening to the body, seeing how it feels, and then you're going from there. But 20 to 30 seconds, 50 to 75% speed, 5 rounds. Now we have 20 total lunges with a twist, forward and backward, 10 reps with the right foot as the anchor leg, 10 reps with the left foot as the anchor leg, just really activating those legs and the core before we get into our workout. Now I'm doing 10 makes, 2 rounds or 2 sets of the mic and drill, changing up with some basic shot fake, and then eventually adding in a few pivot finishes from here. And after you make your 10 of these, then a little different variation, as we're going to let the ball bounce one time and then reach and finish on the other side. 10 makes right there. Now we're at 20 makes, working on our touch. We've got our lunges in, we got some jump rope in. I'm ready to get more into our workout. This is the Vito Brown, aka lane slide finishing drill. On this one, we slide up to the elbow, push across from elbow to elbow, and then we can go down the lane line into a finish. We can change direction and come back middle into a finish. And I love this drill that Vito showed me. Anytime we can work on different types of movement, different types of ball handling, and give you the structure, but still the variability that allows you to get into different types of finishes. Really a wide variety of things you can do off this little series, which is one of the reasons that I really like it. You're going to make 10 floaters, and then after you make 10 floaters, you're going to work on a side step similar to a Euro, where we're driving down the lane line, and then we're going to work on stepping across the front of the rim and finishing all the way on the opposite side. Depending on your level, you may have to drive a little bit tighter so you can get all the way to the other side. Otherwise, you're going to be more likely to finish along the front of the rim, which is not wrong. Really just concentrate on stretching out that angle laterally to get into your finish. 10 makes. Now we are going to get into some form shooting, about 6 to 7 feet in front of the rim. One hand follow through finishes, making 5 of these. And then after we've made 5 of these, we'll step back 8 to 10 feet, and we're working on roll-ups, not using our legs yet, keeping the basketball tight, working on a fluid motion from low to high, holding the follow through with both hands. After we've made 5 of each, now we're going to make 10 roll-ups, but a little more concentration on hips, knees, ankles. You'll see a little bit more of a dip back with the hips when I load the basketball and roll it up into my pocket. And I'm concentrating now on finishing high with my follow through while I'm up on my toes. 10 makes, working on my follow through here. And then we'll go 10 makes with our pull the string shooting, which involves a jump. For a much more detailed breakdown of all of these drills, you got to jump into our Coach's Edge membership. It's for basketball coaches. We have members from around the country, coachesedge.coach. You can get access to much more detailed player development videos, really breaking down the specifics of the game for individual player development as well as team player development. But for my last 10 makes here, we're working on pulling the string, upright position, holding the basketball out. I pull the ball into my pocket while my body loads into its shooting position, and then I'm going to pop up, see me jumping slightly, getting off the floor. We're just slowly building up this progression into a little more game speed type of shot. So far in this little workout, we've gone 20 makes with our Mikan series. We've gone 20 makes with our lane slide shooting, and we've made a total of 30 form shots. We're currently at 70 makes into our workout. These are called spin outs. You're gonna do 1 round of 10 makes in the mid-range. When we're shooting mid-range, I like that 12 to 15 foot area, not getting out to 17, 18 feet. We just wanna shoot a 3 from those distances anyway. So those mid-range are a little bit closer than you see a lot of other workouts do. I like it tight. If we're not gonna shoot it tight, might as well shoot a 3. So after we've made 10 of these, we're then going to make 2 sets of 10 shooting 3s. Again, spinning the basketball out to yourself. One thing I forgot to mention earlier is we're making 2 free throws between our sets. If you count the sets that we're doing throughout this workout today, that would be 10 sets, 2 makes of free throws. That would give you 20 makes during this workout of free throws. So it's actually adds up to 150 shots throughout the series plus 20 makes on the free throw line to give you the total of 170. Again, if you're a player, you like these workouts, you can get full access to our Kramer basketball app, which has strength and conditioning programs, ball handling, shooting, finishing, and a variety of different workouts that you can do to prepare in season and out, all with video breakdowns, giving you the sets and reps to continue to improve your game. Okay, got to knock down this shot. Missed a couple in a row. We never want to miss 2 in a row. But that's one of the challenges of getting your own rebound that I see as a positive. One, it's going to improve your conditioning, getting down and back up, getting your own shots. And then secondly, it improves you as a shooter because it throws off your rhythm. If you're always staying on the 3-point line, shooting, easy to get more shots up, also easier to maintain a rhythm, harder to do getting your own rebound. Okay, one of my favorite little series to work on that involves ball handling, and then we can transition it into shooting or finishing, called the Phil Handy series. I saw him doing a different variation of this on his YouTube channel, tried it out, loved it. So again, any good drill, you have a basic structure and then you can build off of it. Same thing is true for this one. So right now we're working on a combo move into a lateral drift, and then we're stopping and popping for that shot. You're gonna make 10 going from elbow to elbow, and then as we'll show you, you're gonna make 10 more shooting 3s. These are gonna come in really handy later as we finish the workout out with some ball screens, some different reads, and being able to use that lateral drift to be able to keep hips on the rim, read the defense, get downhill, or knock down the shot. Make sure between sets you're continuing to make 2 free throws in between and then jump in to your next series. And this to me right here is like therapy. Getting outside, getting a sweat, getting some shots up. I don't think a day has gone by since we put our new hoop up that I haven't gone outside and at least got some shots up. And again, remember, you're gonna make 10 in the mid-range, and then you're gonna make 10 threes, giving you a total of 20 makes off this lateral series. What's a good goal percentage-wise? I think for a high-level high school shooter, college-level player, you're gonna wanna shoot around 70%, pro around 80%. And for me, if I'm going to make 10 shots, now that I'm not playing overseas or anything anymore, I'll try to make 10 out of 13. That's a good, challenge for me. Whereas, back in the day, I'd have to make 10 out of any 12 shots that I would have taken. Otherwise, I would have to do it again. That's the key when you're doing a shooting workout, is you want to be able to pick a percentage or pick a number that is attainable but still challenging. That's the sweet spot. Between sets, make sure you're making 2 free throws. This specific workout shot it really well from the free throw line. Shot 100% from the free throw line during this workout. And now let's get into some of the fun stuff as we talk about some details with the ball screen.
All right, 5 shots off of a ball screen. Let's get into a little more detail as we finish our workout. We're gonna work on coming off, attacking the drop coverage. We're gonna work on coming off the screen, attacking a switch. We're gonna work on coming off, defender goes underneath, sits underneath. We're gonna talk about being able to attack off of an ice, right? And then we're gonna be able to work on attacking off of a hedge. So those are our 5. Let's get into our first set, which is drop coverage right here. Think about when I'm setting up a ball screen, I want to make sure I'm not too close to the sideline. I want to make sure I'm creating separation from the defense, and then I want to make sure that as I'm working on change of pace, I'm still coming off tight to that screen. So we're working on drop. Here we go. Bringing my defender in. For now, just making 3. Change up. Next one we're looking at is the hedge. Defender setting the screen, or teammates setting the screen. The big is showing they're attached, but they're showing out. I want to set my on-ball defender up, creating that space. I'm attacking the big tight, seeing if I can get them to turn their hips or start going back. A lot of times if we got a good hard roll, or if you're quick off the ball screen, they're going to be concerned about you getting all the way to the rack. So if I can be able to get this basketball hard going downhill and they're really trying to protect the paint, that's where I can get into a midi. Now, off of this, we want to make sure that we're not going too far, because in a game, you got my defender, screener's defender, you might have one in the strong side corner, and you might have one who's low, one in the wing corner here, so you don't have as much space coming over to that side as you like. We're gonna make 3.
So yes, accidentally deleted the footage of me coming off and shooting a mid-range. My fault. Now we're shooting a 3. Imagine your defensive player is getting stuck underneath your teammate setting the screen. So we're going to stop and pull the 3. It's going to be behind but slightly to the right side of your teammate setting the screen, because you want to avoid the show from the big, who's not only up, but they're generally going to be a little bit more protecting the middle of the court.
All right, now we're working on an ice. So imagine my defender is trying to force me and keep me onto the side. This is the big defender right here. You know, you want to look for excellent player at this. Maybe the best to do it is Chris Paul, getting into a mid-range where he's able to initiate contact with the guard here and then being able to create separation. Sometimes that's the on-ball defender if he's still attached. Sometimes that's the big, and simply being able to turn the dribble and get out to space instead of going all the way at him. It's a more difficult shot. You know, a lot of people hate the mid-range, but I think if you play an offense, or if you're a point guard where you really have to be able to get into the paint a lot, if you can only shoot a 3 or finish, defense is going to play you that as your scoring, right? And then more off ball, they're going to stay home on the shooters, and you can't do anything in the mid-range, right? And so again, Chris Paul is a great example because he just kills people in the mid-range. Let's look at it. Last one today about the ball screen is we're gonna pretend we got our screen here. We got more of a soft show with the big right here. And if they're going to switch it, which a lot of times they do, if they got that little soft show and they can't recover, maybe it's just a game plan. If I can drag the big out with me, that's gonna put them in a tough spot. Most times bigs aren't as comfortable coming out onto the perimeter and pressuring you, which makes them easier to shoot against. I think about the bigs that I played against that played good ball screen defense. They were super aggressive. So even though I might have been quicker than them, because they were bigger and were really aggressive off it, they were still hard. A little more unpredictable sometimes when you're used to playing against guards all the time. So I'm imagining I'm setting this screen up. They got the show right here. They're gonna switch it. I might not have anything right here because of their size, but if I can turn this dribble and get out to space, a lot of times they're gonna be so worried about me getting downhill off that I can light that shot. Let's look at it. Always make 2 free throws after your rounds. That's not a bad workout. 170 makes, jump rope, some lunges, some finishing, some shooting, some ball screen reads. You know, just playing outside, no partner necessary. Get a little extra conditioning in when you get your own rebound, visualize the game, and continue to get better. You know, I think a big part of what allowed me to play college basketball overseas, was just the amount of time I spent, especially as a young kid, just playing outside in the driveway, getting after it. The more you do that, put in work on your own, combining that with open gyms, training with other people, the more you're gonna start to separate yourself. And once you start to separate, it gets really fun. Get after it.